Hey everybody, it's noon. It's time for Straight Talk. Hopefully everybody saw that I'm on my camera. I've had some technical difficulties, so I keep looking over there. But the camera's there, so, oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, it's been a crazy week, and I have a crazy week still to come. So it will be interesting, which is the perfect kind of mode. I'm in the perfect mode for this conversation today, which is, are you in victim mode? Are you stuck in victim mode? I'll tell you what, the easiest way to get stuck in victim mode is if you're overwhelmed. If you are overwhelmed, you are stuck in victim mode. If you feel paralyzed in your life, you are stuck in victim mode. Most of us don't think about ourselves as victims, but we are victims of so many circumstances in our lives. And it's really interesting. I've talked before about having a growth mindset, and that really is the opposite to being in victim mode. So I want you to just look at your life right now. Look at what you're going through. Look at your circumstances. Maybe you have some health challenges. Maybe you are in the middle of some sort of transition. Maybe you're getting divorced. You're getting married. Maybe you are planning a big wedding. Maybe you are getting ready to send your kids off to school. They're graduating in June and going to college in the fall. Maybe you are really hating your job, or maybe you're having weight loss issues and you want to lose weight and you don't feel healthy, or that kind of thing. Maybe you're having big health struggles. Any kind of circumstance that you're dealing with, it is so easy to fall into victim mode. Here's what victim mode looks like. Victim mode looks like having the feeling that you're overwhelmed by your circumstances, that the circumstances are bigger than you, that you can't get through the next day, the next hour, the next week of what you have to deal with. Maybe you've had a death in the family. You know, being a victim doesn't indicate that you are necessarily relating to something that isn't real. You know, a lot of times what we think is that if we're in victim mode, like people, you think of people that are in victim mode and they're like, oh my God, I just got ha. And they're very dramatic, right? That's often how we look at people who are in victim mode. But it is really, really much more insidious than that. It is, being in victim mode is really just being stuck or being paralyzed or not being sure how to move forward. That's one way it shows up. Being in victim mode is being overwhelmed by your circumstances. Maybe you're just so busy, you're so in chaos, you're disorganized. That's a way of being in victim mode. We often think that victim mode is dramatic, and it's, you know, especially females, hi Dave, how are you? That often females are being in victim mode when they're being dramatic. But that is not the only way you can be in victim mode. Being in victim mode simply means that you are allowing your circumstances to have power over you, and you're struggling to be able to produce the results that you want to produce. So if you're somebody that's having a hard time producing results in your life in one or more areas, probably it's because you're being in victim mode. And I know that that's shocking because nobody wants to be a victim, right? Everybody wants to be powerful. Everybody wants to be productive. Nobody wants to be a freaking victim. But if you are not having power in your life, it's probably because you're being a victim. So I want you to look at that and look at what area in your life are you suffering in right now? Just pick one. Where are you suffering? And how are you being a victim of those circumstances? Now, the great thing about being a victim mode, stuck in victim mode, is the minute you identify that you're being a victim, you can completely dislodge it. You can upset it. And that's the difference between being in victim mode or having a growth mindset. You can fail and be struggling with something, but if you have a growth mindset versus being stuck in victim mode, something bad could be happening to you, but instead of relating to it like a victim, like how horrible this is, and just dwelling in the grief and the sorrow and the stress of it, you can be going, okay, this situation sucks. What can I do to impact it? Yes. Now, Dave, you said, so Dave's saying he was in victim mode, but no more. He has a positive attitude. I think it's been a long time since you've been out of victim mode, because it's interesting. So Dave has had some like big health issues, challenges, that would put any human being in victim mode. And it's interesting because I've seen a difference in the way that you're sharing, in the things that you're talking about, in the way that you're taking on these health challenges. And it's really obvious to me that you are in a growth mindset. You're looking at, how do I feel better? What do I need to do to make a difference in this? That's a perfect example of going from victim mode to growth mindset. Now, it doesn't mean that you're always in growth mindset. Once you make that shift, because I've seen that shift in you, once you make that shift, you may still have to choose growth mindset over and over and over. It's like waking up and choosing to lose weight for me. Waking up every single day and choosing to lose weight and stick to my program and be intentional about my calories and what I'm eating and my health and vitality. I could easily go to victim mode. This is hard. I don't want to. How come so many other people can eat whatever they want and not gain weight and blah, blah, blah. My metabolism's trashed, whatever. That's all victim mode. Anything that is justifying your behavior and your struggle is victim mode. Growth mindset, however, looks at that and says, dang, my metabolism is trashed. What am I going to do to impact this? I may have to get a trainer. I may have to start swimming. I may have to start walking. That's the difference between being stuck in victim mode and having a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset means that you're looking at how are you going to impact this to produce the results you want. And it may take you butting up against that brick wall, butting up against that obstacle over and over and over, and being creative and inventive to find a way to get through that brick wall or over that brick wall. That's what growth mindset is. Victim mindset will have you just sit in your poopy diaper making justifications for why your life is not the way you want it to be. If you are justifying your behavior, you're stuck in victim mode. So again, you can't move out of victim mode until you identify that, shine light on it, and go, oh gosh, I'm in victim mode right now. What am I going to do to cause growth mindset? How can I grow from this experience? What am I grateful to about this? You know, every single bad thing that happens to you still has things to be grateful for. You know, my dad passed away a year ago. I certainly am not grateful for the fact that he died. But what I am grateful for is he died in a way that was spectacular. I mean, he loved on people. He called people. He said everything he had to say before he died. He had cancer. We knew he had some time. We knew he was dying. And he loved on people. He told people what they needed to hear. He allowed people to say things to him so that they would be complete when he passed away. He just was an amazing man. And how he died is how he lived. So I'm not grateful for the fact that we had to go through that as a family and that we're still going through the loss of him. But I am grateful for the fact that he really showed me how to die with grace and how to take care of other people. And those are things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the fact that, you know, we got to spend amazing quality time with lots of family and friends after he passed away. I'm grateful for the fact that I am really clear about the impact that he made in other people's lives. You know, he was my hero. And to know that he was so many other people's heroes was amazing too. So all of those things I'm grateful for. So that is a circumstance where you could easily get in victim mode. And there's times where I have been in victim mode about it. Well, my dad died, so I can eat whatever I want. It's horrible. And that kind of suffering breeds more suffering. So how do you get out of victim mode if you're stuck in it? So now we've identified you're probably in victim mode in some area of your life. You look at that, you identify it. What you do is you literally have to make a declaration. I'm no longer, just like Dave did, I'm no longer going to be in victim mode about this. I'm sick and tired of suffering. I am now going to take action to move myself to a growth mindset. So how can I grow in this? That's the first thing that you need to do. Second thing technically, first thing is identify that you're in victim mode. The second thing is make a decision, a conscious, intentional choice that you are now going to take this as a learning opportunity and grow into it. Lean into what's going on. Lean into your circumstances. Stop resisting them. Lean into your circumstances, embrace them, and go, how do I grow from here? How do I grow from here? That's the question you ask yourself. And then take one step towards improving yourself. You know, I love planning. I love to map out the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. I love sitting with people and creating life plans that are passionate and exciting and have them feel like they're heroes in their life and that they really get to see that they can make their dreams happen. I love doing that, but this is not a time for that. When you're transitioning from a victim mindset to a growth mindset, you need to focus on small, decisive actions to produce results. So you just need to worry about what is the next step. What is the next step I need to take to get out of this victim mindset? So if I'm no longer going to tolerate this, then the next step I need to take is this. And then you go do that. And you worry about step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 after you do step 1. You don't worry about any of that. To get you unlodged from that victim mindset, you definitely have to move into that next section, that growth mindset. And that one decisive action, even if it's small, will get you out of that. Okay, I want to see what this comment was. Sitting around feeling sorry for yourself does no one any good. You definitely need to maintain a positive attitude. But I'm going to tell you too, like, positive attitudes are great, but you know what? When you're sitting in that poopy diaper alone in your house feeling sorry for yourself, you need to have a positive attitude. People, when you say that to them, go, screw you. Screw you and your positive mindset, because you have no idea what I'm going through. So what I'm going to tell you is you don't have to have a positive attitude to take positive action. And sometimes it's like, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? I'm going to tell you, a lot of times we think we need to have a positive attitude first and then take action. That's not true. If you are taking committed action towards a positive goal, the feelings will show up. I will tell you that when I feel crappy, I do not like wearing makeup in general, but when I'm feeling crappy and unproductive, the first thing I do is dress one level up, so I dress better, and I put makeup on, because that helps with a positive attitude. I immediately start feeling better. So, you know, if you are, I know people, and I've been in places 2 years ago, before I started my nutritional program, I was in a place where I was so depressed and I had so much pain, I literally could not walk very much. And I was stuck. It was horrible. You know, I would go out of the house and everyone would think that I was normal. But when I got back in, I was like, I was in pain. I was frustrated. I was angry with myself. I was struggling with my weight. And one of the things that happens is then you just stop caring, like sweatpants and t-shirts. Don't wear sweatpants and t-shirts if you're depressed. Dress up, get out of the house. You have to do something to get yourself moving. And that's why that one positive, small, intentional action to move you from victim to growth mindset will make a difference. Because growth mindset is where it's at. That is why if you look at some of the consistent things between people that are successful and overwhelmingly successful, not just even a little successful, but people that are successful share many qualities. But the one that I find that is the most interesting and the most helpful is they have growth mindsets. They don't get stuck in being afraid. They don't get stuck in failing. They don't get stuck in all of those like crappy, yucky things. They have loss and horrible things happen, but they don't get stuck there. Sometimes human beings have a tendency to just reside in their pain and live there. And if you are going to have a growth mindset and be successful in life, you can't reside in your pain. You have to grow from it. So I want you, real simple this week, I want you to look around. Where are you in stuck in victim mode in your life? you can go on my website, produceamazingresults.com, look under Whole Life Balance. There's a great section that lists 8 different categories of your life. Look at those. Go, where am I suffering in these areas? What is it that I am doing that is I'm struggling in, or I'm justifying my unhappiness or my behavior? That means that you're in victim mindset. Take one area and start really committedly for the next 7 days, taking one action every day to move you into a growth mindset. So growth mindset again is, how do I grow? Given where I am right now, I'm leaning into my circumstances. I'm leaning into my pain. I'm leaning into it, not residing there, but embracing it and stopping resisting it. Leaning in and going, how can I grow from this? And what's the next step I need to take in order to grow? And that will put you in growth mindset. So I'm excited to hear what happens this week. Please share below. I still have a couple spaces left in Results VIP Insiders group. It is a group that is free and private. It's a Facebook group where you can share your struggles, your goals, those kinds of things. I put extra content in there. I'm going to be beta testing a program in there soon that you can do for free. That is a 7-day challenge. So if you're interested in getting added to that group, just either PM me or put below I'm in, add me to the group, and I will do that. So you guys have an amazing week. I can't wait to hear about this, and make sure that you are moving from victim mode to growth mindset. Make it an amazing day.